Hey guys, it's Lexi and welcome to my channel. And in this video, I'm going to be going over my everyday foundation routine. I get a lot of questions about what products I use, and in this video, I'm going to be showing y'all my tips and tricks on how I apply my foundation. So if you're interested, just keep on watching. So I would say this is my first step into my makeup routine. Besides doing my brows, I do my brows first before I do anything else. And if y'all want a more in-depth tutorial on how I do my brows, I would love to give you one. But in this video, I'm not going to go over my brows. So after I do my brows, I go in with my moisturizer. And I use the Nivea Shea Daily Moisturizer. And I love this moisturizer just because it has like a tackiness to it. After I moisturize my face, I go in with my primer and I use the NYX Pore Filler. I like this product a lot because I don't really have large pores, but I have noticed that it does diminish my pores. So these are the two products that I use to prep. Hey guys, I'm just hopping on here to tell y'all those are the two products that I like to use to prep and prime my skin. So after I've prepped and primed my face, I will go in with my Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation, and I am in the shade Soft Beige. This foundation will cover your like deepest and darkest secrets. It is so full coverage. That's one of the things that I like about it. Next, I go in with my IT Cosmetics Kabuki foundation brush. I love using this brush because it gives my foundation like an airbrushed effect to it. If I'm wanting my foundation to look more like skin, I will go in with a beauty sponge and apply my foundation. But 9 times out of 10, I usually just apply my foundation with my Kabuki brush because I like more of the airbrush effect that it gives. And I would say one of my tips with using a Kabuki brush is to dab on your foundation instead of like swiping it or dragging it. I believe you'll get more full coverage out of your foundation if you sit there and dab it instead of like swiping it and dragging it across your face. So for concealer, I use the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer, and I am in the shade Vanilla. This concealer is very full coverage and a lot goes a long way with this concealer. So I try not to apply this concealer very heavily because it is very full coverage. I go in with concealer to brighten up my under eyes, but I also want to correct the dark circles under my eyes as well. I will also apply concealer on the bridge of my nose, above my cupid's bow, above my brows, and on my forehead. To blend out my concealer, I will go in with a damp beauty sponge, and the beauty sponge I am using is by Morphe. So once I've applied my concealer, I like to go in and set it. For the powder that I use to set my foundation and my concealer, I use the Coty Airspun Loose Translucent Powder, and then I go in with a pointy fluffy brush. So after I set my powder, I like to go ahead and do one coat of setting spray, and I am going to go in with the Morphe Continuous Mist setting spray. So after I set my face, I will use my bronzer to go in and contour. I am using the Hoola Benefit bronzer with just a fluffy angled brush. I like to go in with contour to not only warm up my face, but to carve out my cheekbones and to carve out my nose as well. So when I want to contour my nose, I go in with a small angled brush. I like to use a thin angled brush, that way I can really chisel out my nose and get the shape that I'm wanting. So I go down the bridge of my nose. I have a fat bottom nose, and I'm not a fan of it, so I try to contour that out as much as I can. And I will also go up into my eyebrows. I feel like going up into your eyebrows really elongates your nose. I like making my nose appear longer than what it actually is because that makes me feel like my nose looks skinnier. And then I will kind of like round the bottom of my nose out. Now to blend out my nose contour, I will use a crease brush by IT Cosmetics, and I'll just use circular motions to blend out the contour. So after I blend out my contour, I will go in with my loose setting powder that I just used to set my face to go in and bake. And if you don't know what baking is essentially just making your contour more defined. So I will bake right below where I contoured at to get more of a chiseled cheek. I will also contour down the bridge of my nose to get more of a chiseled out nose. Now, some people will use a lot of powder for this. I don't. So I will apply my powder right below where I placed my contour at. I will also bake along the bridge of my nose to clean up the contour. So now I will go back in with the same brush that I used to set my face and wipe off that powder. And then I will go back in with my setting spray and set my face one more time. And after I set my face, I will go in with my highlight. And I am using the NYX High Glass Illuminating Powder in the shade Moon Glow. And I am just using a fluffy eyeshadow brush to highlight. I like to go in with a smaller and more defined brush to highlight my nose, my eyebrow bone, and the inner corner of my eyes. And then lastly, for blush, I like to go in with the Ulta Beauty Flushed Blush in Cotton Candy, applying it on my cheekbones. And then I'm going to set my face one last time with my setting spray. And now that I've applied my lipstick, that concludes this video. Thank you so much for watching, and if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to comment down below, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And I will see y'all in the next video. Bye guys!